Okay, so this video will be the last video in the Basics of Java series. There's obviously still a whole lot that I haven't talked about yet, but this is just for beginning Java. Anything that comes after this will be a little bit more intermediate, a little bit more complex, but there's lots of great resources on the internet to learn all of those, and I would be happy to redirect some of you to those resources if you'd like. Alright, so without further ado, this video will be talking about arrays. So, arrays are one of the most common collections in Java. They can be thought of as kind of like a list of data, and that data can take the form of numbers, strings, objects, or even arrays themselves. Yes, you can have arrays of arrays. Alright, so here's how you make an array. Let's say we want to make a string array. So let's say string, and then you have these two square brackets like this, and then the name of the array, and let's call it colors. And then if you want to initiate it with values inside it already, we can do in curly brackets like this, say red, green, blue. So these are all colors. Alright, so this array has 3 values in it, and it's red, green, and blue. So arrays in Java always have a set size. You can either do it like this is a set size of 3, or you can do it like this. Oh no, different one. Colors 2 equals, and this is a little bit different from the way we've been declaring variables before, but you would say new, and then string with angle brackets, and you would put the array size in the brackets like this. This is actually also the way that you would declare objects. I'm not going to be talking about objects, but this is the way you declare them. You declare them with like the name of the object, or the object, and then the name that you want to give it, and then new object, and then the parameters. Arrays are a little bit different because they use angle brackets. Normally you would use just parentheses. Anyways, I digress, but both colors and colors 2 have an array size of 3, and the way you can retrieve the information that's in them is like this. Let's say we want to print out the first value in colors. So we would say system.out.println colors, and then angle brackets, and no, 0. Because, why do we put 0? It's because arrays start at 0. So yes, this does have a size of 3 because it holds 3 values, but each of these has an index number, and the index starts at 0. So this is index 0, 1, and 2. So if we ask for index 0, it'll return red. And if we ask for index 2, it'll give us blue. And then let's do another one that's out of bounds. So if we ask for colors 3, it'll give us an error because 3 doesn't exist here. We only have 0, 1, and 2. So that's gonna run that. Yeah, so red, blue, and then exception in thread, array index out of bounds. So this doesn't work. Alright, so that's how you retrieve arrays, or information from the arrays. If you want to output the entire array, you could use a for loop. This is what for loops are really good at. And I equals 0, I is less than, and you want the size of the array. So we can either put 3, or we could actually do a built-in function called length. So we could do colors.length. And the strange thing about this function is it doesn't have parentheses like this, like how you would call a lot of functions. You would actually just do colors.length. And the reason for this is related to how objects work. So I'm not going to go into that now. Just know that for getting the array length, you don't need the parentheses. It should be just like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to system.out.println, and then colors at index I. And that is why we're starting from 0, because arrays start at 0. So it'll first give us colors at index 0, and then 1, and then 2. So, alright, let's go and run that, see what it gives us. Red, green, and blue in order, just as we expected. Alright. I'm gonna get rid of these. Okay, so once you've initialized an array with values, you can modify each individual element the same way you use them to retrieve the data. So you could say colors at 0 equals yellow. So instead of this will turn red into yellow instead. Let's say if we want to do colors at 1 equals magenta. So now let's go ahead and output this again. First, let's I'm gonna go ahead and put a space between so we can see it more easily. So this is before we changed it, and this is after we changed it. So that is how you modify arrays. Now, one of the most important, and it gets a little complex, ways of using arrays is to sort data based on like a certain order, like alphabetical or like big to small, something like that. There's lots of different sorting algorithms, and it gets real complex, but for Java, it actually already has a built-in method for sorting, and that is just called arrays.sort. So in order to call it, you just want to do arrays.sort, and then you put in, make sure we arrays.sort colors. Okay, and make sure you import this library, because the arrays library is necessary to use this function. Alright, and then when we output it again, it'll be sorted in the alphabetical way. So let's go ahead and run that. So before it's red, green, blue, and after sorting it's green, blue, red. I mean blue, green, red. Yeah, so this can be done with number arrays as well. Alright, well that is the basics of arrays. I hope that this video series has given you some more insight into whether or not you'd like to continue learning about Java. It's definitely a very good language to start with if this is your first time programming. And I hope you continue to look for resources online. Feel free to reach out to me if you need any guidance on how to do that.